dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I still need music for this. Alrighty. Welcome, folks, to Getting Project Done. I don't have a face cam today, as, demonstrate, what's happening when I am, painting and such, and, all that other goodness. I think I may keep this cam right here where my hand is. Just, so you guys can see what I'm working on, how I'm doing, and all that. And, of course, this camera is for when I am working on said thing, the thing about the things. So, yeah. I have the Discord up. Yeah, so patrons. I think this is going to be a regular occurrence. I think I'm going to have the patrons available to come in and, chit chat if they feel it warranted, necessary, or just feel like it, So, yeah. So let's get to work. Working on the Starblood. The Starblood Stalkers. I have them all Well, I have this little feller. Sorry, he's out of focus. The colors on the camera do not illustrate how this guy looks. It's because he is painted mostly in fluorescence, and so he's really, really bright. It's actually, and I even have an ND filter on this camera, and yeah, it is. It has a hard time dealing with it. I could turn the exposure way down on the camera. Well, here, let's do that, just to illustrate to you guys. I'm farting around with my controls already. I'm farting around with stuff. And we put them in focus here. Yeah. And let's turn that exposure way down. There we go. That gives you a rough idea of what he looks like. That's that exposure. This is with an ND filter on this camera. And turning the exposure like way down. It is really reduced. So, if you're curious about how I went about painting this guy, fresh tips will be made available soon for patrons. And then whenever they get posted to the YouTubes, so anybody following on the Discord or the Twitch, yeah, you have to head over there. Or I might not even post them for YouTube. I might just leave it for patrons. So we're gonna start working on the Starbloods, and you can see even the anal retentive guy that I am. I drilled out the barrels on the blowguns. Yeah, because that's the kind of fool I am. So yeah, we're gonna get started. I'm probably just gonna start streaming, pretty much the entirety of this whole kind of process that I go through. Yeah, this exposure is fine, I think. It's really just, wouldn't mind if I got a little bit more light here, actually. Let's see if we can accommodate that. Can we move this here, bring this here, and let's turn this light on. It might upset this, I don't know. Oh, it's a yellow light. Oops. There we go. That's not a white light. In what universe is that light? Either way. It's casting more of a blue haze on everything. Damn lights. Be nice to have like a different light to illuminate this subject. I mean, I could. Oh. Yeah, let's turn off this light. That's not helping things at all. So we'll turn that one off. Put that back. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be monkeying around with my stuff, as one does. Do I have another USB port available? I do not. But I do have. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe that's how we'll do it. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here, people. Don't be afraid. I do that. I tend to do that sometimes. Talk to myself. Let me move this mic over a little bit. There we go. All right, let's plug in some power. Hopefully I don't electrocute myself on the stream. Wait. Oh. Alrighty. Coma. Hey. Scott Random. Hey, man. Hey, Scott. What's happening? Coma. That's really cool. Get on the Patreon if you're not already there. Backup Chris. Yeah. Thanks. Oi, Twitchy. Subscribing. 23 months. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ghost Starman. Hey, Chris. How's it going? It's going well. I'm just getting ready to do a little bit of painting. And, yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll just leave this light right here. Yeah, we'll leave it right there. Just so that people can see what I'm doing when I'm doing things. Is that the right light? Yeah, actually, that's better. Is that better? I think that's better. Can we turn the light up a little bit more? No, we can't. Can we turn it down? Yes, we can. So, yeah, we're going to turn it back up. That way, you guys can get a better picture of, when I'm painting and working on stuff. You guys can see what exactly is happening. In fact, we'll leave him right there. Just to throw the white balance off. You can even see on the picture, like, how freaking bright that guy is, eh? I loves me some bright colors, which reminds me, I am going to paint them in fairly bright tones. All right, grab my favorite painting rag. Some of you may or may not know my process, but I often will paint with an old t-shirt. I usually leave this sitting on my lap, and I use it to, when I'm dry brushing and, rather than just using like a paper towel or something like that, I just use an old t-shirt, and when I've completely caked it with paint, I usually put it through the wash, and, but yeah, it's a use for old t-shirts and crap like that, and blah, 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 right? Twitchy. Hey, guys. Hey, Twitchy. The Twitchies. Yeah, so I have been talking about this for a little bit. The patrons are pretty much up to speed, I think, as far as, directions for, where I'm going with things. I got to switch cameras here. This one's delayed here. There we go. We're going to get things started with some of this. This is fluorescent blue from Golden. I'm going to do the skinks, I think, in this fluorescent blue. I don't think I'm going to do the big Saurus guy. I don't think we'll do him in a fluorescence. I think I'll have him rather dark as opposed to, being fairly bright. I want the little guys to be bright. He'll be quite a bit darker, but I do want to have a unifying theme across them other than this little feller, just because it's fun. And yeah, but this is a brand new bottle, so I need to open this and pull the seals off. There we go. Oh, it even has the nice little tab. I like when they do this with the paints. Here, let me see if you guys can. Here, I'll show it on this camera. When you can get this little tab here and you can pull the top right off, just go, watch me spill this all, right? And you just pull that right off, bang. Now, this might not look terribly fluorescent, and honestly, a lot of blues tend to not look very fluorescent. I've been a big fan of Vallejo's fluorescent blue. I've used this in videos before demonstrating stuff, and I just don't find it that bright. So actually, this is going to be a bit of a learning experience because I've never used this fluorescent blue from Golden. I have used the green, which is fantastic. I have used the orange, which is just blinding. Like the cameras, thankfully, you can't really see like how bright that is. I mean, look at it. You can see how bright it is even against my skin. See where it's getting close to my skin like that? We'll get real close to the light. Holy cramoles, look how bright that is. It's going to destroy my camera. But I'm a huge, huge fan of the fluorescent pink. I love this color. If I need fluorescence, I use this on the Necrons and stuff. Oh, man. fun times. So, fluorescent blue. I'm gonna give it a shot. I was following basically like a kind of a patterning of a chameleon when I was doing the little chameleon fella, and I didn't quite go as far as what I'd like, as there's really a lot of surface detail that, you know what I mean, like if he was a little smoother, I think it would be I think it'd be a little bit more interesting if I could, you know, basically like I don't know, have all the detail, like because he has like such like a lot of detail. He's also got this little his little dart pouch here, but like if it was a little smoother, you know, I would have liked to have done more patterning on it without all that texture. But you know, who knows? But either way, the skinks are a little bit smoother, and we're gonna see how this goes. Now, I'm not terribly confident that this fluorescent blue is going to fluoresce as much as the orange. You know, like here we'll leave these in the shot just so you guys see what kind of guns we're bringing to this party. But yeah, I'm not 100% confident that this is going to give me a really, really bright blue. I'm not looking for a super bright blue because I am going to knock it down. But yeah. Comments. Gonna paint some of my own lizardmen this afternoon or time of choice. I've got the Starblood Stalkers too, but they're still in the bits because I want to cast some of the spare parts. Oh, interesting. Yeah, may as well, right? I mean, there's some really great details on them, like the big guy's shield, the little guy's hand weapons, and even the leader's staff. I like the leader's staff. It's got that little crystal and everything in there. And then, of course, with these guys, is he holding a thermal detonator? Is that a thermal detonator? Call me crazy, but that looks like a thermal detonator. Are the old ones part of Star Wars? Is the old ones technology Star Wars? I don't know, man. Is it Star Wars? James and Kent. Afternoon, Chris. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon, James and Kent. Ghost of Starman. The Shamalomeon skinks looking very swanky, by the way. Me likey. Yeah. I haven't posted any of the videos yet. Just because I haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah. Tutorials coming up on doing this guy. Currently, I'm just, you know, basically I figured I might as well start the streaming now because I may work on just kind of pushing some of the transitions a little bit more and just refining some of the looks, just because I'm not 100% happy with, you know, how he looks on camera and everything like that. And yeah, so that's the plan. He's holding a Pokeball. Gotta catch him all. Ooh, a Pokeball. Maybe I should just paint it like a Pokeball. Because Pokeballs are what? The red and white? Right? Isn't that what they are? I don't know. Alright, let's get to work. Enough gun flapping here. Would be nice to have something to hold on to these little fellers. I need another holder. We'll grab this one here. Take this guy off his little holder. For anybody who's curious, this is how I go about removing these guys from this. So basically with these holders, these are the steady hand grips that I make. And it's just simply sticky tack, blue tack, poster tack, whatever the name you want to use for it. And I just adhere the model to it. And it's solid. I mean, you know, it's not going anywhere. And so basically what I do is I like to take a little X-Acto blade and very carefully just get right up in there. And then I usually just give the blade a little bit of a turn just to elevate it a bit more, get some space. No, need a little more space. And then usually, yeah, will pop right off. As soon as you can hear a little bit of a, not a crackling sound, but you can hear that sticky tack like letting go. And then boom, and you see. And then I usually just take this wad that's stuck to the base. See, it's well used, and then I just simply dot and grab, dot and grab, dot and grab, dot and grab, and that's it. Oh, Shield arm. Or shield came off. It's not glued. It's not like I broke it or anything. It's because I'm jostling them around. Jostling? Is that the right word? Jostling? You guys hearing me okay? I know usually the setup usually works, but I changed a few things around, and I think I should be streaming at 1080 right now. I usually don't stream at 1080. I'm not sure why I don't. I just don't. So hopefully this is all coming in nice and clear, and yeah. I figure if anybody needs to see my face on a face cam, they can tune in on Saturdays and watch Way the Brush. Ghost of Starman, yeah, I'm getting 1080 60 video, yeah. Heretic Scott, there he is. Greetings. Greetings, Heretic Scott. Scott, are you, or is your first name Scott, really? I don't even know. Or is it just because, Scotland? Are you streaming today, bud? Were you planning on streaming? Because for anybody who's wondering, Heretic Scott streams as well on Twitch. His painting journey. I can't get this fucking piece inside here. I don't know. It's causing me woes. There we go. I think I'm getting it now. It's causing. Oh, fuck you. There we go. Got it. Got him. Anyway. All right. Put that there for the moment. Put his shield arm back in sort of place. And as some of you may or may not realize, that his base is not done, so we might do a tutorial on finishing that base at some point. He is not even glued to the base, actually. I can pull him right off this base. Oh, that's the Necron head. Okay. I was wondering what the heck that point was. But anyway. All right. Back to work. So to get this tack nice and sticky again, I usually just pull it a couple times. Pull it till it's sticky. I'm sure plenty of you have plenty of experience with that one. James again, on Friday streams, are you Jocelyn? Sir Peanut Butter, Monkey Head. Welcome, Sir Peanut Butter. Heretic Scott, I might stream later. Yeah, okay, cool. If not, then try to get one in over the weekend. Try and squeeze one in. Yeah, may as well. As I have been discussing with the patrons, I think I'm going to end up doing more streaming. So tutorials may be reduced. It all depends on how productive I am feeling and such. And yeah, so just a bit of heads up. Also, these guys are not glued to their bases either, so I can basically, pull them from the stand if I really want to. Like if I need to really kind of get into some places, and the base is kind of, in obstruction. Yeah, we can do that. Options. It's always nice to leave your options open. Yes, my fucking calendar kicked in. Twitch stream. Really? Thanks. Didn't know that. Heretic Scott, I have quite a few vids of yours to catch up on anyway, so streams are cool. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan, bud, is we're going to do more streaming. Just because, I explain it in the video, discussing it to the patrons, kind of just in the last update as far as, how things are heading and, what direction we're going and all that. So, yeah. Anywho, back to work. Fluorescent blue. Now, I did lay a white prime down. Now, I'm wondering now, actually. I'm wondering if I should hit it with some white paint. Because I can still see some of that. Because these things are cast in a blue plastic. And I'm wondering if I should hit these with some white before I really jump into them. They're pretty darn bright, but I mean they have a slight blue cast, but I think that's just because the cameras and this camera has an ND filter on it, so it might give us a bit of a blue cast, but otherwise these are bright white. But I think, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna hit them with some white. I'm just gonna real quickly bust up my airbrush, and I will. Should I use a paint or should I use an ink? I don't know. Let's grab white. Let's grab white ink. We'll just use an ink. A nice thin layer of white ink. I'm going to use Liquitex white ink. See? Blah, blah. Yeah. Does need to be shaken, so we're going to put it on my trusty rusty little shaker. Oh, yeah. The next thing I've got to figure out for these streams is I'd like some music playing. I know there's a few apps and stuff or programs for whatever that you can have music playing in the background, but a lot of them are for Windows, and I currently am using a Mac. So they just haven't ported over yet to Mac. I'm sure they will, because I'm sure there's tons of Mac users who stream that want yeah. Heretic Scott, Spotify has some safe some stream safe playlists. Oh really? I will look into it. Ghost of Starman sounds like a plan. Going to home for summer soon, so I'll probably have a lot of time free to watch. Cool. Heretic Scott, because you can do whatever the fuck you want within reason. Yeah, definitely. Well, I do anyway. I'm usually not too concerned with things. I'm just going to quickly lay out a base coat with my Patriot 105, spraying it around 25 psi. I usually leave it about 25 psi. Unless I'm getting it in close, I usually don't mess with my psi. Don't mess with my settings, man. Don't mess with your settings. Once you're dialed in, man, it's you just, especially if you're doing a lot of the same crap, just keep it there. You don't have to keep monkeying with your settings. Might be a little bit loud because the compressor's kicking in. I also have fan running too, but gotta get the underside. The undercarriage, as it were. There we go. Okay, so he's ready to go. We're just gonna hit the other guys because I loaded a fair amount of white ink. It goes pretty far, especially in an airbrush. There is a lot of overspray. Airbrushing really for minis, especially if you're doing the priming, base coating, and other stuff like that. You do end up using quite a bit of color just to get things happening. But if you have a whole bunch to do, it's a great way to get it all done. Getting her done. Go. Stand back. Bam. Sorry you guys can't see what I'm airbrushing, but I need like 10 cameras, I guess. What I need is a film crew in here capturing every damn moment as I work, because it's just so interesting. What a load of crap, eh? We have to document everything. Gotta get it all. Grab a little more ink. Grabbing a bit more ink. Ink leaves a little bit of a smoother finish, but it dries really close to the surface. It doesn't, like if I was using like a white paint or whatever, you could potentially flood details a little easier. Yeah. Just an excuse to paint with inks. That's all it is, it's just an excuse. grab the big boy. I'm looking forward to doing this guy. Not sure how I'm going to go about him. I've got an idea, but yeah. Looking forward to painting this guy, though. He's going to be fun. Been a long time since I've done Lizardman. And there. That should be plenty good. Wait, come on. Get in there. There we go. And I'm all fresh out of ink. So I need to flush. Yes, I should be wearing a respirator when I do this. I'm not. I also don't even have an airbrush station, really. I should get one at some point. Normally with water-based inks and acrylics and stuff, you know, just flushing it with water is usually enough. But for me, I like to go through fairly strong process. Basically, I will flush with water, and I use a glass siphon, eyedropper, whatever you want to call it, and then I will spritz with a bit of Windex. This phase is probably not entirely necessary because I'm going to follow it up with a little splash of iso alcohol. Well, this is just to make sure that all the pathways are clear, and yeah, the Windex seems to have done most of the trick. It's just you end up kind of sometimes get a little bit of dried paint up inside the well, and normally whenever I'm using like any of these paints or even Citadel paints, sometimes it's a little bit more aggressive, and then I got to use iso alcohol to clean it. But the Windex seemed to have pulled the ink right off, probably because it's so thin that it doesn't really cause too big a problem. Then I usually do another flush of water. Almost put the dirty water back in my clean water. Let's clear that. And then I'll use a little bit of iso alcohol just to give it another quick little flush. I 100% recommend this phase if you're using more aggressive paints, you know, like Tamiya's or Tamiya's, excuse me, or Humbrol enamels, testers, enamels, stuff like that. Of course, too, you can catch a pretty good buzz if you just, like, you know, just blow this into the air and, you know, start huffing the air. I'm high on life, man. And there we go. That's it. It's good. It's nice and dry. And the action's nice and clear. It's all good. It's all good. Alright. Let's get back to work. Okay. So, we're going to work on this little guy real fast. We're going to slap some of this fluorescent blue from Golden on it. Heretic Scott, my compressor is on the way out, I think. The pump stalls sometimes and gets stuck. Interesting. Yeah. Stalls. Yeah, it sounds like it's the like the little bushings in the motor. It's probably one thing. I mean, if you have somebody who's very mechanically inclined, I could probably get them or convince them to give it a look. But yeah, hopefully it wasn't an expensive one. Hopefully, if it's still under like warranty or anything like that, I mean, but if it's something you've had for years and years, you know, you got your use out of it, really. Ghost of Starman. When I get around to painting these guys, I think I'm gonna go do a do the Saurus in an albino scheme. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, an albino scheme. I like that. Twitchy. Just starting a test mini for my Age of Sigmar Fire Slayers, and it's been a while since I've smelled the lovely rattle can fumes. Yeah, the rattle can fumes, man. It's a lot of fun. I like them. Coma. Shit, Lewis, that should be caged out? Caged out? Oh, shit. Hey, what's happening? I've got
What's going on, Chris?
Not too much.
My voice isn't too crackly, is it?
I don't know. Are you late to puberty?
Maybe.
Frick, I wasn't paying attention. I was shaking this and I was turning my hand at the same time. Now I got fucking fluorescent blue paint on myself.
Oh, my bad.
God damn it. God damn it.
Guess you'll have to start all over.
I'll have to start right all over again, yep. You know, son of a gun. I got this stuff all over me. Hopefully I didn't get on my shirt. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts today.
See, that's why I always wear my crappiest clothes when I do my painting. Granted, that's like half my wardrobe, but you know.
Alright, we're just going to lay 2 drops down. And let's grab this brush here. And let's see how it goes on top of the white. Oh, I need to switch cameras because I can't quite. There's a delay on this one. Okay. Now, the thing with these fluorescent colors is they are fairly thin, and you will have to apply more than one layer if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. Yeah, see, it always feels like just like a light blue. It doesn't feel like it's glowing. Like the orange and the yellows feel like they glow. And the blue, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm always imagining like fluorescent blue, you know, like the lightsabers, right? Glowing like that, like a blue, like a glow of a lightsaber. And they rarely ever do. So how's Enforcer today?
I'm doing all right. Just about to start doing some painting. I got D&D later on in the day, and thought I'd finish painting up the models since I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
And how was Chris?
Not bad. You know, just painting. I was really enjoying these models, which is why I figured I might as well continue working on them on the stream because they're just so darn fun.
Oh, those are the lizard folk from AOS, right?
Yeah. Well, these are from the Warhammer Underworlds.
Yeah, I bought a nice little set of them. Not the lizard ones, but from... Was it Underworld, or was it the,
Warcry?
Yeah, I think it was Warcry.
Yeah, they're all pretty much, you know, the same, right? I mean...
Yeah.
They're really
nice models, too. Lots of good detail.
Yeah, like they're pretty much just, you know, gateways to collecting Age of Sigmar, really.
Yeah.
Because you get these kick-ass looking little guys, and then you're buying a bunch of gangs in the game, and then all of a sudden you realize, I've got enough models here that I could start an army in Age of Sigmar. I might as well just start doing that. And they got you.
Yeah.
They got you.
My buddies love seeing this stuff. I paint them up and use them for our D&D games, and they love just the detail on them.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys get to play often in your group?
Yeah, we play once every Friday.
Oh yeah, that's often. Every Friday, jeez.
Yeah.
Back in my day, when we used to try and get together for D&D games, always somebody fucking would bail. And it'd always be a bunch of lame ass excuses.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. We've had to do a lot of planning to make sure that we all show up.
Right.
I'm surprised. I thought more Patreons would have been in the chat by now.
Well, people are busy, and it's like the Discord, man. It's like different time zones. Everybody's not same zones, and hell, I wasn't even sure about doing it at this time. Just kind of. But I figured if I didn't start doing it, pick a time and start doing it, then
You wouldn't have done it at all.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, what's an appropriate time? So, yeah. So here we are. We're gonna do this, and the goal is just to get our crap done.
I feel that.
That's the goal. You might not get it done today, but you are going to get a little bit closer to the goal. And that's what's important. It doesn't have to get done today. Just as long as we're getting it done.
Just a little bit at a time.
Yep.
As long as you make some progress, that's all that matters.
Exactly. That's all it takes. Just baby steps every day. Yeah, this stuff is really, really thin. I am going to have to apply more than one layer. As I don't know if it shows up on camera very well, but you can see a lot of the white paint underneath. Well, there's an ink there actually, but yeah. Like it's just not as strong a fluorescence as the other colors. The other colors are just fantastic. This does not feel fluorescent at all. It feels like if you've ever played with Citadel's like really light blue, that's what it feels like. If you've ever played around with those colors. What is that detail? Is that scales or is that feathers? It's feathers. Couldn't tell what the hell that was. It's feathers.
You know the thing on the end of the blowgun?
No, there was to wear it like on his hip here, and there's like a detail that runs across kind of like his hip. I think it was like the joining line, and yeah, I just couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a feather or a scale. But we're gonna go with feather. Because I said so. And that's what I've chosen. I'm really not too worried about being really, really neat at this phase, as I'm going to have to apply another layer anyway. This color is so light and thin that any darker colors, which invariably are going to get put onto this, they'll sit on top of this easily, and it's not like I'm going to have to put another base layer down to compensate for the color, which is why I'm starting with a white for laying this initial base tone down. I'm trying to avoid some spaces just because, it just helps me see where color needs to be. But otherwise, I'm not terribly concerned about where it is. Oops. As I say that, I muck it up. by for a few moments. Let's have a look at this chat here. You know what? Can I pop this out? Can I pop it out? Can I? I can. Pop out chat. There we go. Beauty. Beauty, eh? So I don't need to leave that up, do I? I don't think so. I do not. We can close this. Leave that. Move this over here. Perfect. Now I can see all the thingies. Now I can see all the thingies. All right. Where am I? Scott. I've got an enormous Home Depot compressor with a big tank and a good regulator, but I don't ever airbrush. Just don't like it. Okay. That's unfortunate. I mean, you know, it's, you know, a tool like any other. But, you know, yeah, I mean, if you've got a process down and, you know, you're developing your mastery, yeah, I mean, you know, continue. I mean, you don't have to get into airbrushing just because, you know, it's the current trend that everybody just wants to be part of. I mean, you know, you don't have to. I mean, you just grab your paintbrush, start slapping paint on. I mean, if you're in no rush and if you're not painting, you know, hundreds and hundreds of models at a time, I mean, you know, it's really not a big deal. Everybody I know these days feel like, oh, gotta get an airbrush, but nah, not really. Heretic Scott, I've had it for a few years. It wasn't that expensive. Probably time to upgrade. Yeah, maybe. I mean, think about it this way. Like, the time you'd spend trying to fix the compressor, could that have been better spent painting? Or, you know, getting other stuff done, right? It's all about knowing, you know, the value of your time. Coma, I got a little airbrush compressor. Okay. Scott Radom, Chris, what the fuck? You should be painting an orc for Cruel Boy Summer. I'll get to the orcs. I'm going to do some Dominion. I think once we get nice and comfortable with these lizardmen and start getting a few of them done and all that, yeah, I think we're going to jump over to some Dominion. I have some ideas on what I want to do, and I think either I do some Cruel Boys, but I'm really, really excited about that main character, the one with the wings. I really like that model. It's a really cool looking model. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's either lots of Cruel Boys, because I like that the witch with the cauldron and everything like that. I like that one. That's a fun model too. But yeah, I know Cruel Boy Summer, but you know what? Summer's not done. Although we are in July and we are in Canada. Summers are short, so really, I guess we don't have a lot of time. We don't have an abundance of time. Oh, you know what?
Summer just started over here for me.
Yeah, you're in what, New York, right?
Yeah.
You getting lots of storms right now?
No, actually, it just cleared up.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
The traffic's been terrible to and from the city, so.
Jeez. Yeah.
Definitely sometime.
Right. Been meaning to hit that way, right into the city.
It's nice, especially around this time of year. Just fucking pain in the ass.
Just getting around.
Yeah, it takes me about like an hour and a half to get home from work.
Oof. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. Also, on the topic of airbrushing, I mean, hell, I don't really think anyone should be rushing to it. I got mine for Christmas last year, and I barely use it. I mostly used it for like base painting, and even then, I didn't use it that often.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a great tool to have under your belt, but it shouldn't be something that, you know, you're forcing yourself to use.
No. I mean, if all you are doing is, you know, priming and base coating, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you want to dabble in playing around with some OSL and stuff like that, well, then, you know, go for it. But yeah, it's not it's not like every miniature painter needs an airbrush, which seems to kind of feel like the attitude these days is that everybody seems to perpetuate is, no, you need an airbrush. You're not a miniature painter unless you got an airbrush. Like, no, piss off.
Yeah. If anything, I think it's easier to paint a miniature with a brush than it is with an airbrush.
Well, sure, you're more comfortable with it, and you also have way more control. Like, I'm sure you've heard me say this many times, but we do, like, airbrushing, we do not use the airbrush as miniature painters as a brush. It's a spray gun. It's almost a misnomer for us to say we're airbrushing when in fact all we're doing is using it like a spray gun to spray areas down, So, yeah, it's a lot of hype, and of course you can get into the whole discussion of which airbrushes are best and blah blah blah. It's largely pointless to get into those kind of conversations because it's all relative, and largely pointless because it's just like paints and regular brushes. It's all subjective. It's all a matter of opinion. Just don't concern yourself with those kinds of things. It just, all it does is ends up wasting your time. And if you know what your time's worth, well, you're just gonna, be more productive because you are discarding all of the pointless crap going on in your day-to-day life and just concentrating on what you are concerned with and what makes you happy. And that's it. That's all it is. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep using this fluorescent blue, but just for consistency. But it is. I don't get fluorescence from it. I don't feel like, wow, he's glowing blue and wow, it's a bright blue. Oh, Scott, you're in the chat. Welcome.
How's it going, Scott?
Good. You?
Good.
Like, compare these two little duders beside each other. Like, do they look like they're of the same luminance?
Jeez, one looks like he's under a UV light. The other just looks blue.
Right, yeah, like the little pinky fella here, no, my lamp is in the other room. It'd probably blow these cameras out if I hit it. Everybody just go colorblind. I'm almost colorblind. When I have it like right up to my face, oh yeah, I have to like go stare at something or close my eyes for a bit because it's just too damn bright. The contrast is just, it's too crazy. It's crazy.
I can imagine with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna leave that to dry from. Actually, I'll grab the hair dryer. Fuck it. Let's speed this process up a little bit. Kim, I have people around me. Not the best time to voice chat. Oh no? You gonna drop some bombs on us or what? Or it's because you want to talk bad about him? Heretic Scott, the new orc stuff looks great, both 40k and Age of Sigmar. Yes. Well, the new orc stuff. Well, if we're talking Dominion, I don't really consider them like orky. I consider them more hobgoblin-y, like the old hobgoblins. Yeah. And for 40k, well, it does look interesting. I like the Runt Herder and everything. I like him. He's cool. It reminds me of second edition days type of stuff. Just a little bit more humor involved with orcs, despite they're supposed to be so violent and kill
I
crazy.
think that's just it, though. You know, the orcs are supposed to just be as violent as they are. They will always still have somewhat of humor with them.
Yeah, I think so. They should. They should.
They're like I wouldn't say lightheartedness, but they're the one thing that works well with the 40k.
I think so. I mean, I'm a big fan of orcs. You know, not being quite comic relief, but pretty close.
I like their goofiness. It's what makes them unique to the rest of the armies.
Yeah, definitely. And yes, I do shake my mediums. I have discovered that even Lamian medium separates. Whatever Lamian medium is made of, it will separate. Kim got my Dominion box today. Sweet. Ghost Starman, I reckon there are feathers on the dude. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, because like there's like the one spot, and it kind of like he's got a bunch of feathers like right in front of his groin, but then it looks like there's a couple like a break, and there's a feathers coming back. What color to do the feathers is really kind of largely dictated by the color scheme of the model, and I have the blue, and he's a bright blue. It's not bright, but it's a bright blue anyway. And I am planning on doing some other stuff like along the back, spots or stripes possibly. I was thinking the membrane in his fin. That'd be a good spot for some color. I actually still might do that. Probably going to go the atypical route of leather for the straps and such.
Looking back on it, I really should have done a sub-assembly painting for some of these models.
Which ones?
I've got. Well, I just finished doing my D&D ones from Hero Forge, but looking at the AOS ones, I definitely should have done sub-assembly.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
What models?
God, I really wish I knew the names of them. Well, pretty much the undead star collecting kit I got.
What kind of undead?
Uh,
The spooky ghosts or the
spooky ghost skeletons.
Ghost skeletons?
Yeah, and I also bought just because it was a nice, cool model. I thought it'd be fun to try and paint up the wood elf with like the giant bug wings.
Oh, okay.
I feel so bad for all the people who like play these armies. I'm butchering all these names.
That's alright. They'll get over it.
Yeah, it did a nice color scheme for the ghost, but I don't know what to do for this night elf, or wood elf, or whatever.
I'm going to apply this color, thin out a bit, grab a little dollop of water, thin this down a little bit more.
For the air conditioning on my car to get fixed. It was a bad week for the cacao.
I got way too many problems with my car. I know it's about 2,000 miles over for its oil change right now.
We're still in a bit of a heat wave over here, so it was low 30s. I don't know what that translates to in freedoms for American scale, but
No, I don't think of measurements because I was gonna say about maybe 12 Big Macs per football field.
40 rods to the hog's head.
Yeah.
And that's the way I likes it.
it was hot as balls.
Yeah.
Chris, guess what I'm painting?
A model.
I have no idea.
Cruel Boy Summer, baby.
Oh, right, yeah, I fucking should have guessed that. Shit, I should have guessed that. I'm an idiot. I'm not paying attention.
You know what I realized? I don't know why. I have so many dry brushes, yet I never do any dry brushing.
The old GW small dry brush used to be my hero brush back in the day. I used that for everything. I dot eyes with it a whole bit. I loved it.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. It was a nice. It was just a good brush. Wide body, short bristles. Whoo! Of course, that's back. I can't say I was much of a painter back then. We had some good times.
Yeah. All it takes is a good brush sometimes.
It's very true. I mean, hell, I gotta remember the email already so I can send in some pictures for Way of the Brush. I haven't done that in years.
Well, what the fuck, man?
But I had a real good brush and I used it for painting my last model, and spent months on this thing, and it actually, I'm probably one of my proudest models I've ever painted.
Well, awesome, yeah. Share that shit, man. Don't be shy.
Oh, it ain't that I'm shy, it's more of just that I keep forgetting the email.
Maybe it is really blue.
He looks like the Blue Mango.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm going colorblind from it, but yeah. It is a real bright blue.
It's weird because on my screen it looks kind of darkish in areas, but it's still very bright on like the elbow and the top.
Well, I just did like very thin wash of Telstar blue contrast.
That's probably why.
Yeah. So like the dark blue is falling into the recesses and such. I'm not like, spending a great deal of time on these guys. I'm looking for more of a good tabletop. If it ever turns out, we start playing some games on camera or whatever. Of course, my guy, he's still working on his Tau models. He was going to do some painting the other night, but couldn't because I was in here working on this bright little thing. But yeah, some of the other projects that I want to get back to is like, this is gonna fall apart. It's not even glued. But getting this guy finished, because I know there's been quite a few people who've wanted me to get this model done.
Oh, wow.
The Warmaster Titan is big too. Like, this is a big.
Is it bigger than your Eldar Titan?
No.
I was gonna say that thing is impossibly huge.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, in comparison to this little skink, that should give you an idea how big he is. He's not quite like an Imperial Knight in 40k, but he's pretty damn close. He's bigger than a big Dreadnought anyway. But yeah.
Is it like a Titanicus Titan?
Yeah, it's a Titan, yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, if that's a Forge World Titan, man, they really shrunk.
No. Plus, too, I mean, like, I also want to get some Dominion stuff, because, like I said, I want to paint the that character with the wings. I also would like to do some of the Stormcast. I have a real fun idea that I'd like to do for them. Do, like, a unit of them all, like, consistent, just kind of, kind of a quick tabletop type thing, just to, demonstrate. I don't know if I'll do that as a tutorial, or if I'll just do it on stream. Time will tell on that. But, yeah.
Oh, guys, I got an alleged Zoom meeting right now. Maybe I'll check in later.
Sure.
Have a good one.
Later, dude.
Have fun.
Bye.
How does one have an alleged Zoom meeting?
I don't know.
Hey. Carl.
Scott, you're still on here.
End the call, Scott.
Leave Discord, Scott. We can hear you.
What if he ends up just staying in the call? And
we hear a bunch
at
of
the same time?
hear a bunch of private shit going on.
Is this fucking Zoom meeting for real or not? Tell what the? Like, she keeps sending out these fucking alerts for no reason. Okay, bye. All right.
Scott, we heard all that, buddy.
Oh, hey, yeah. So, no Zoom calls today. I thought it was fishy.
It's funny as shit.
We've got a very overzealous VP of marketing who loves the automatic alerts. You know, you can send out people through whatever program we're using.
Gotta love that.
And if you don't exist very much in the digital world, like I'm not very savvy, I get these lovely briefings from this Cortana program. It says, "Hey Scott, you've got 40 hours free next week. Are you gonna do anything?"
Jeez.
Man, I didn't know you had Master Chief's AI. You know he's been looking for that.
I imagine. It is apparently a free download.
Man, he went through all that shit for nothing, then.
Back to Cool Boys Summer.
That's all Scott really gives a shit about.
Fuck work, fuck everything,
Yeah.
it's orcs alive.
Fuck, it's orc life. I'm all about the orc life. Fuck y'all.
Absolutely. The little hobgoblin dude, they're pretty fun. I don't know if I'd want to sit down and paint 20 of them or whatever you need to play the game.
Airbrush them. Just do a zenithal high appreciate on them, and then contrast their asses up.
Just can't get into it. I also don't batch paint.
Oh right, yeah. I'm not much of a batch painter either.
I miss batch painting. It helped so much.
Yeah, I know the benefits and everything like that. It's just I've done commission painting and it's a pain.
When I first started doing my space rules, I did like batch painting of very simple stuff. Yet nowadays it's like I want to take my time with every model, and it feels like months just to get one guy done.
Right. Is this really loud for you guys?
Not that bad.
I'm not going to stop. I'm just curious.
What is it, a hairdryer?
Yeah, it's just a little hairdryer.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it's just one of these little, what is this, like a con shit. Anyway, yeah, it's just.
Oh, that's what I use for my hair.
Oh yeah, just one of these little buggers. Yeah, I don't know. This was the wife's old one because she got a new one. It was bigger, more powerful.
I think I used to have one of those, but we upgraded to a bigger model.
Yeah.
Got to keep that hair voluminous and voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
Yeah.
Okay, it's coffee time. Ghost of Starman. Of course, you need an airbrush. How else are you gonna paint air? Funny.
Joke.
Yeah, I get jokes. Reminds me of when you're in laser tag arena and all the fancy lights are on. Yeah, yeah, with the fluorescence. Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, right? You know, it's about just having some fun, and I mean, with Lizardmen, I mean, it's a perfect excuse to, play with colors and do something fun. It doesn't always have to be fucking boring ass green lizards. Like, holy shit! Like, come on, people. Let's use some imagination.
Like neon green though.
But neon green, yeah. Now we're talking. Yeah, like this little guy, right? He's got neon green on his back.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, you can't get any brighter than neon green and pink together as a combination.
He looks like he belongs though. It's like Cyberpunk 2077 with that brightness.
And that's the kind of thing. And so I was hoping to get that. I was hoping to get that level of luminance out of this blue, but that's why I didn't bother using the Vallejo blue, because I know that it doesn't really look bright blue. And so I figured, okay, well, I'm going to get golden and give them a try. And I mean, it's bright, but it's not, wow.
You also got to remember though, blue is one of those darker colors, closer to like black and everything, so it's a little tough to make bright unless you go with like a cyan, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, very much. So, if this was a bright magenta and green, which I actually use yellows in as well, what do you think my plan was for this little guy? And probably the other little skink there, maybe. I don't know. But either way.
Maybe purples?
No, because the magenta and the green are kind of complementary. I'm throwing out a big fucking hint. It's on
There
this.
we go. Well, no, I'm like 10 minutes behind on the Twitch, so. There we go. I just saw it.
Yeah.
Nice neon orange.
Yeah. So that was the intention with this guy. So now, if I throw the neon, who the fuck is that?
I don't know. I thought
Oh, it's
someone else
Scott's old
tried to
lady.
call.
That's Scott's old lady. I was like, is my wife home? Am I catching shit for something already?
Did you remember to do the laundry, Chris?
No, I completely forgot.
Yeah, same.
Alrighty. So we are going to take the fluorescent blue and we're going to play with some titanium white. We're going to make some highlight colors out of this. And we're going to highlight and have some fun. Create some transitions. Sorry, I'm just drinking my coffee. It's getting cold. It's getting cold. I need to shake up the white. I guess really the true test for the blue is if it fluoresces under the light, wouldn't it? That would be the true test, right? All right.
Yeah, if it glows under the light, then it works.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab my torch then. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Wait, is he getting a fire, like a blowtorch?
No, I think he's using the limey expression for a flashlight.
Oh, okay. Just kind of hoping for a blowtorch, but yeah, flashlight works too.
I'm grabbing a fucking torch, you tool. Come on, man.
Look, man, I hear torch, I think of a stick with the little linen wrapped around it. So
I don't know. That's what these assholes call these flashlights that do these UV lights. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, they also call soccer football.
True. But yeah, it's a UV torch. It's got a whole bunch of LEDs in it. And
you
it's
kill
just
vampires with that thing?
probably could. Here, I'll point this right at the camera. Boom. Yeah.
Hold on, it's delayed. There we go. Jesus fucking Christ, that's bright.
Holy man. Fucking disco party now.
I see God, Chris.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. Anyway. Oh yeah, look at that shit. Damn. It does fluoresce. Oh, it's even on my hands. I look like Catch a Predator.
Careful, Chris.
and it's not Predator as in Arnold Schwarzenegger in the jungle. Okay, it does fluoresce. Here, I'm gonna kill this light.
Hey, you've been really enthusiastic about these models lately, huh, Chris?
I know. Okay, I turned this light off. Okay, well you can kind of see here, right on the little camera. Well, here I pull up into the big camera, and then, boom. Yeah, he's bright. Because you can see the way his sword and the base, how they look dull, and that's because it's white. To my eyes, it's glowing like a lightsaber. And I can even see where all the contrast is residing in the recesses. You can probably see that on camera, that, there's dark spaces between like his scales and stuff. That's the contrast paint. So, yeah, he does fluoresce because he's brighter than the white. Because the base and his sword and his blowgun, those are white paint. So, yeah.
God. Ghost of Starman just said, now do the UV on your Phantom Titan. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, so here's the little Chamalleon.
Oh, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Little chameleon.
Yeah, the Chamalleon. You ever watch Z Frank? On YouTube's? No? Oh. He's funny. Anyway. It's not the point.
Shout out to another YouTube channel.
Shut up. No, he's a comedian. He's pretty funny. You've probably seen like The Diary of a Sad Cat and some of his
I'm
more
very
famous.
uncultured in this aspect, Chris. You should know this.
I know. I just figured I'd take a shot. Wasting my time. I know. Ghost of Starman might be a UK thing, but I've always called flashlight torches. Oh, really? Like in the UK, it's a very common thing to call them torches? Because, like, here we just call them flashlights, you know?
So, like, in the UK, if you flash someone, are you torching them?
Yeah, what is... No, I'm confused now.
Yeah.
Now do a UV on your Phantom Titan, that'd be interesting. Yeah, doing the UV... See, unfortunately, there isn't, like, a red, like a fluorescent red, because you only have basically the pink or the orange for fluorescence. I don't think there's a fluorescent red.
I mean, if there is, it goes more towards the reddish-orange territory than anything.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, I've... Golden, Liquitex, who else? They're all pretty much the same colors. It's yellow.
What about Turbo Dork? Wouldn't they have something?
Fluorescence?
Maybe.
No,
I don't
because
know that. No, they sell some bright colors.
they sell bright colors, and they're metallics. Not so much like opaque paints and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the route they're going to eventually go. I have no idea. But
only time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell. I mean, if they do go the route of regular paints, and this goes for anybody out there who's doing paint lines, go outside the norms. Offer something. Like, don't just give us alternate colors for Citadel colors and charge 10 cents less. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, give us some different colors. Like, give us some swatches, and you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna, I don't know, fuck, I have no idea. I mean, like, people have asked me in the past, like, if I was gonna do a paint line, what would I do? You know what I mean? Like, and I have ideas, but they'd be outside the norm, and yeah, they would not be typical, because typical is boring. All right. Man, now after looking at him under the blue light, or the UV light, I'm liking the blue more now. Just because I know that when I put the torch to him, he's gonna fucking glow. Probably not the best thing if you're like a little hunter, but so what?
Maybe it's their way of doing like night vision.
But I mean, like, it doesn't make sense for Space Marines to be painted in bright colors either, going into a battlefield, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
that shit doesn't make sense either. If you're thinking about it logically.
I mean, he'd probably be a good predator still, so long as he doesn't go in the bowling alley lanes.
Yeah. Ghost. Not much UV light in the jungles of Lustria.
Doesn't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Yeah, what happens when the Storm Wardens pull it out? They start torching them all.
You don't know that. You can't say that for sure. All right.
Paint is awesome. I can't get enough of them. That moronic, the blackest black that's ever been black.
Oh,
They're always
the black 3.0 or whatever the fuck it's called.
yeah,
Yeah.
super black.
Yeah.
And then,
I want to get that just to see how dark it gets.
Well, okay, well, I don't, but I love when people buy it and then they complain. Not as black as I was hoping. And
Yeah.
I don't know what these people are doing. I
Yeah.
don't know, like, who's ever been playing black? You slap some black paint on. Oh, I was hoping for the real black.
No, like,
shit.
to get the blackest of black, it's just as simple as laying black down and then putting a matte finish on it, and that's it. Because a matte finish will scatter the light, as opposed to gloss, which will highly reflect the light, right? Yeah.
So
Sorry.
basically, they're just saying they have the mattest matte black.
Yeah, just like what Kim's saying, it's just a super matte black, yeah. And any color that has a matte finish is not going to be as bright, the same color with a matte finish or versus a gloss finish. If you want colors to look bright, put a satin or a gloss on top of it. If you want to mute the color down so that the light is scattering more, put a matte finish on it. Alright, we're going to go 2 drops of fluorescent blue. And I'm starting to like the blue. I'm starting to like the blue now because I know it's giving me the effect I want. I'm going to toss 1 drop of white in.
Lost like half my shaders.
See what?
I lost like half my shaders.
Oh.
That means
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
You know, like my washes.
Oh. Oh. Washes.
Yeah.
how do you lose them?
I don't. Oh, well, first you forget to cherish and love them, of course. But you know.
Well, first off, he wasn't taking care of his tools.
Well, of course, my brushes don't like me, and I don't treat them properly.
Alright. Now the fun part. Let's start doing some highlights.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find my purple one. If I thought I had one at least.
Now, because this color is pretty darn thin, even with the white added, should be able to do a little bit of glazing with it. So, that's exactly what we're going to do now. Now the thing is with the fluorescent color, because it's so fluorescent, adding the white actually dulls the fluorescence down. Even though under normal lights, it looks brighter. And it looks like the typical way we highlight and do stuff and paint our miniatures. But under the UV light, where it gets really, really white, it actually starts to lose a lot of the luminance. Which is unfortunate because it basically reverses how bright things look. For anybody who gives a shit. I love how they have the little cheeks like they're blowing the dart. That's just too fun. Too fun. It's just too fun.
How much? What is that box, Chris? In Canadian bucks.
In Kanakistan dollars.
And the Monopoly money.
In Monopoly money, it was 50.
I did dig for. They were $35. Those box sets for the longest time.
Oh, really?
Pretty easy to pick them up. Not that I mean, up until a couple versions ago, I bought the Vampire one, and that was 50.
Wasn't the Vampire one
like
new?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the new ones are all 50, but
Oh,
previous
okay.
to that, it feels like they were all 35.
Gotcha.
Good deal.
I bought the Start Collecting Undead for like 70. Kind of sucks going from like paying $5 for like a D&D model to remembering how expensive GW got compared to them.
Yeah.
But it is also in the detail.
Very true. Well, I mean, and you're also talking about styrene plastic versus, the PVC vacuform plastic that they do, or resin or whatever technology they're using, right?
That great Finecast, right?
Yeah, Finecast.
Those like official WizKids D&D minis.
Yeah.
No, Scott, tell us how you feel.
Box ones, their blind box ones feel like they have more detail than the actual ones you can paint.
Scott, Tell us how you feel about those models. I like how we could hear Scott talking to his old lady.
Sorry, man. Just those all the.
You should ask him how he really feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah.
I like the hard plastic, good resin. I lament for the days of metal.
I do enjoy metal models, actually.
I remember metal models fondly, even the old lead ones. But doing conversion stuff like that was such a pain. And I mean, for all the nostalgia and positive feelings that you have for metals, I do prefer plastics because one, it's easier to convert, and you would not get the same level of dynamic models that you do today if they were still metal. Like, think of that squig, that giant squig that's standing on the other squig. That wouldn't. Now that was, I think, in Finecast, but like that was even a stretch. Like that model would not occur in the past. First off, it was really huge, so shipping that thing, its price would be ridiculous.
Oh my god, could you imagine a full metal Tau Manta?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, well, think about, imagine, doing the Thunderhawk, for God's sakes, in metal.
You'd literally just be painting a metal block.
Yeah, like, it would be so unwieldy. It would just, you would hate life. You would hate life if you painted that. Trying to hold that.
To me, I think metal was good for older models that could do with less detail and still have a nice quality look to them. But in a modern model, it's tougher to get good detail out of metal.
Yeah, well, the thing is because of the vulcanized rubber, it tends to lose detail fast as they do production runs. Because the vulcanized rubber only lasts for so long before, obviously they have to do another cast with the masters again.
I got a bunch of red box games minis coming my way. He's shutting his doors. It's too bad. That'll be 20 pounds of metal in the mail.
I've been going towards a lot lately. I've taken a hiatus from model mini painting, done a lot with the McFarlane Marines, and it's been pretty fun actually getting to do a lot of detail and like design on a Space Marine.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's a nice break, especially for a lot of us who are very into 40K and stuff. Like, it's nice to take a break from painting like a bunch of little things and then working on a big project and just taking some time and doing some stuff. It's a nice break.
I will say it helped me a lot with learning how to sculpt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot better than I thought I would on making some stuff, and yeah.
Well, that's good. It's good that you obviously saw the value in trying something different, trying something new, and you enjoyed it, and you feel like you accomplished something. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they're still all work in progresses except for a Blood Angel.
Sure.
They're going to be a work in progress for a very long ass time.
Sure. Don't make excuses though.
Oh no, it's more of just I'm still on the fence about one of them. Another one that's just I'm still waiting on figuring out what the fuck to do to give them a little bit more oomph.
Right.
And then the third one is just, it's pretty much I'm building it, but I'm on the fence on if I want to give them a tabard or not.
And so you're sculpting them and then printing them up yourself?
I wish I could print.
Or you're doing it out of green
small
stuff?
Little, well, I buy the McFarlane Marines, like the art-proof Primaris Hellblasters, or I did get one Bandai Marine, which I don't know how I feel. I feel the Bandai Marines are cool, but I do like the McFarlane ones because they're cheaper.
Well, I enjoy the Bandai Marines over the McFarlane. Only because they're more posable.
It's more posable, I will admit that.
Yeah. They are pricey, but I mean, I'm seeing those first intercessors from McFarlane. I'm seeing those go for the same damn price as the damn Bandai Marines.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about more for like the newer McFarlane Marines. I got mine like 2 Hellblasters for $14 each.
Right. Yeah. If you get on them right away, they're good prices. Hunting down the first intercessors until they do a reprint, they're gonna go for
luck.
which I hope they do soon. I already have the flayed one on order.
I'm waiting for. I can't wait to see them do the Reavers.
Yeah, those will be cool. Oh, then that other company's putting out those little action figures as well.
Yeah, the GI Joe sized ones, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that one as well.
What I really can't wait for though is I want to see what they're gonna do for the orcs.
Yeah, did you see that? Apparently, it was leaked that those are gonna be coming out soon enough.
I can't remember if I was the one who posted it in the Discord or if it was someone else who posted the
it might have been
McFarlane
you,
list.
Yeah, it might have been you.
Yeah.
In which case, I forgot that it was you. And here I am reminding you of something you posted news
I
about.
forgot that it was me.
How was that?
I mean, I got mine off of Reddit, so I don't even fucking know. But yeah, I liked the guy who made Death of Hope. I think it was Louis Sparks or something.
What's Death of Hope?
That 40k, not 40k, 30k fan animation of like the Horus Heresy. It was really high quality, very
Yeah, I like
detailed.
I like the style.
That's what I'm trying to incorporate on these guys.
Style?
Yeah, just that type of style and like little bits and pieces like here and there.
Right.
Granted, it's probably not gonna look exact because I'm not too good with weathering,
Well, it's just
but
practice.
I'm using a lot of that as like ideas and everything.
When you were about to say that sentence, I was thinking of Family Guy with the bitch Stewie and bitch Brian.
Bitch Stewie, bitch Brian.
No, where I need help to go bathroom, but I can do other stuff. That fucking part always makes me crack up every time. I made a poo.
I made a poo.
I guess I don't have to explain Family Guy to you.
I haven't watched it in a while, but
No, I'm making the McFarlane joke.
oh, I know. No, I know. Don't worry, we've been working on the Orville too much.
Yeah. Apparently, we're supposed to get another season of that one. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I enjoyed Orville.
I remember someone I saw on YouTube made a joke about like, is the Orville copying Star Trek or is it copying that movie that copied Star Trek in like the 80s?
It's, I think Orville is McFarlane's middle finger to CBS for not giving him Star Trek. Because as far as I understood it, he wanted Star Trek. Because he is the biggest Star Trek nerd. He loves Star Trek.
I never really got the chance to watch too much Star Trek.
And yeah, as far as I understood how that was kind of all played out, is that he wanted Star Trek back when there was the talk of doing Star Trek, and that's why Orville looks like Star Trek Next Generation.
Like it.
Yeah, it's Star Trek, and so many people gravitated towards it because at the time CBS put out what was it, Discovery, and everybody was shitting on it at the time. And the first season of Star Trek Discovery was a hot mess. That show was incoherent right from the start. And it doesn't, like the second season, it gets better. It tells at least a more coherent story. But yeah, it was a fucking mess.
I thought Picard was okay.
Picard was okay. I thought they just jammed in too much crap in that last episode. I did not like the way that season ended.
I think they should have just killed him.
They should have.
Let him go.
Yeah, they should have. They should have killed him. Spoiler for anybody who hasn't watched it.
It's fucking 2 years old. Deal with it.
But yeah, I agree.
I'm my favorite character of all time in any format is Khan Noonien Singh. Rathakon's fucking amazing. It's just a clinic on the perfect bad guy. But man, did I hate that. I was all aboard the reboot there, but when they did Into Darkness, I was
yeah, that. But I think the hype around Abrams is done.
Oh yeah, no. After the Star Wars stuff, I'm pretty sure people are gonna hate him.
Yeah, because like he's only got one trick. He's great at
Lens flare.
that's his cinematographers, but no, he's really great at creating the mystery box, the MacGuffin, and that's it. And people chasing the MacGuffin and what's in the box, and you know what I mean. Like he's really great at getting people on board for that kind of shit. But as far as telling a complete story, he kind of blows goats because he doesn't know how to close that arc. Not to say that I could do any better, but I think I can tell a story that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, as the typical story
Tell us a
structure.
story, Uncle Chris.
Yeah, exactly. I could tell you a fucking story.
Tell us a story about how you had to paint those blue lines.
Blue
And
line.
those red lines and the yellow lines.
Okay, you're throwing me for a fucking loop. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You always used to say, like, people would ask you when you did, back in the day, they would be like, "Oh, Chris, how do you paint a blue line on a shoulder
Oh,
pad?"
yeah. How do you paint a red line? How do I paint white?
Do I want to do this? I'm not sure if I want to do for the what are they, Sylvanet? Is that what they're called, right?
Yeah, the little wood elves. Yeah, the silver.
Yeah. I'm not sure if for this guy I actually want to give him that glowy type of green skin, or if I want to go with a nice, kind of reminiscent of Warcraft from when I used to play it when I was younger, like a deep purplish.
Deep purple. Eh?
I don't know. I'll figure it out when I let the paint dry.
The fun part about working with a paint that is fairly thin and translucent is that it's really easy to glaze with, but you have to build up a fucking shit ton of layers just to get some opacity going.
So one thing I hate about light paint is that it takes forever sometimes just to get a nice, consistent color going.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times, like if your color scheme is really bright, start off with a white prime. Start off white, especially if your goal is to have a nice bright paint job, right? Just like that guy says all the time. If you want it bright, you prime it white, right? You know that fucking idiot who's always flapping his gums? You know the guy I'm talking
Chris?
about. Yeah, that guy. You?
Yeah, you're talking about yourself in the third person at this point, right?
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, like if your color scheme's bright, yeah, just prime it white. You know, it saves you a bit of heartache because it's easier to put darker colors on top, especially like even if the model was like say 50-50, like bright and dark. It's better to prime it white and put your bright colors down and then start putting your dark colors down because, you know, you can always push down that shadow as opposed to trying to build up to a bright color because you have to put down a shit ton of layers of paint. And building up a shit ton of layers of paint, you run the risk of obscuring details and, you know, ending up with a really funny look. Which is why I often recommend starting bright. If your color scheme's bright, prime it white. But I know so many people always want to go dark and then try and go bright, and then they're like, I can't get white to work. Well,
I mean, I've tried before, and it's like you gotta do like 6 different freaking layers of lighter colors, and even then it still shows through.
Exactly. Whereas if you laid it down bright the first time, laid your bright colors down, and then pushed back with your darker colors, you'd be fine, and you wouldn't have to work with so many layers. Because laying dark color on top of a light color, as long as it's nice and opaque, it covers in just a couple strokes. Versus trying to lay a bright color, like imagine yellow on top of black. Anybody, imagine a whole bunch of you have done that, laying that color on top of black. And how many layers did you have?
I'm reading that I did that on right now.
Yeah, exactly, right. And you just end up having to lay 50 layers down to get a nice solid color, and it looks, you know, it doesn't look good because
it looks lumpy.
Right, exactly, because you can see all your big brush strokes and, you know, all these things that just, you know, go in the direction of looking like a bad paint job. So I'm just moving my stuff around here. So we're gonna work on these guys.
Fucking do it. I think I'm gonna dry brush for once.
Yeah, dry brush.
We have it live on recording. The first ever dry brushing I've done in probably since I started model painting.
Oh, where are we in these comments here? Kim, I got a few of the Stuart Semple products, not the black though. They make good glow pigments. You can mix in other paints and mediums that glow with both light and heat. Heat paint. I've seen that one. And I thought, what could you do for a model with a thermal-based glow paint or thermal reactive paint? What could you do? Like, where would the project benefit from a, you know, thermal reactive paint?
Maybe like a scope.
So you touch the scope and it changes color?
Oh, I thought you meant like it looked like it was the thermal.
No. Like actual paint that reacts to temperature.
Probably be cool for like for a noise marine maybe.
Stick him in a microwave so he glows.
Yeah. Give him a real melter of a concert.
I suppose. I mean, like I'm completely open to the ideas. I mean, you know, but yeah, because
I know, isn't it like in lores, noise marines are supposed to be pink because they just are painted with so much fucking colors on them.
Noise marines, they're always described. Well, at least the early lore was that they're a riot of colors, similar to like a harlequin. So noise marines are actually probably, at least in the way I recall things, they probably should be painted more like harlequins, where they're just a full riot of color and they're just loud, annoying, obnoxious, and you know what I mean? Like, basically.
So they're hair metal.
Yeah, 80s hair metal is really what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah. Like, to me, I picture a noise marine being like a kaleidoscope almost, where it's just constantly his colors are shifting and it's never one color exactly. It's always like a million different colors at once, constantly changing.
Yeah. I don't know about the changing part, sure, you know, because
like kind of like a kaleidoscope, not like rapidly like flashing.
Right, But I mean, like, but even flashing should be a part of it. Strobe lights, stuff that would hurt you because it's noisy, right? Whereas Harlequins, they describe the hollow field as it disrupts the silhouette of what they're looking at. And so when Harlequins, because they're often very brightly colored, that when they move and the hollow field distorts their silhouette, it just looks like a bunch of diamonds and, you know, crazy crap. And, you know what I mean? Like, it looks, you know, crazy. Versus a noise marine, I don't imagine a noise marine being the same way. It's more or less because noise marines, it's supposed to be they're taking it to their own excesses, so it's really to stimulate themselves and the others around them, I suppose. But yeah, so it's supposed to be, you know, just loud visually and painful. So 80s hair metal, yes, that's
so
right on the.
That's why I love that new noise marine model that they made.
Yeah, I still haven't even finished it.
I wish that they made that in full force production, like a squad of them.
He's still sitting on my desk. Here's his head still. I think this is like
another one.
I think my first fresh tips when I started doing the fresh tips. I started working on this guy because he's done in, I'm pretty sure, Turbo Dark metallics.
I remember you were working on him. I think back when we did Adepticon.
Possibly, yeah. No, I picked him up when I went to England, so I didn't have. Or did I have him in Adepticon? No, I don't think so. Or maybe I
don't remember, because I know I brought mine to show you, because I remembered you said you were going to start it.
Yeah, I do have, because I bought him at the Warhammer World.
Hmm.
But yeah, I still have all his parts, everything all laid out, ready to go.
I want to get another one and just convert it to be like a black metal style noise marine.
I think what would be
like,
cool is to get like a bunch of them
coin
and do like a band.
See, I wanted to do like a nice little display. I know it's reaching very far from my skill, but I wanted to give him a little mini speaker to stand on top of, have like the night haunts ghost kind of like spirits coming out of the ground towards it, and just literally making him look like an Ozzy Osbourne, like painting on the side of a van.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'd be fun. That would be fun.
One day I might. Who knows?
Ghost of Starman, as someone who has no nostalgia for metal models and does a shit ton of converting, not a big fan of metal. No, exactly. I mean, yeah, converting, even assembling larger, like I have the old Great Unclean one. He's lead, which is softer than pewter, a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, and because the models used to be lead before they switched over to pewter, yeah, it was a bitch to assemble. I had to use roughly a couple pins, and I used epoxy, 2-part epoxy to assemble them. Not quite JB Weld, but pretty damn close. It was a pain because of the weight, he just would not sit together properly. What's another one that gave me balls? Oh my! I have a Bretonian Duke on Pegasus. The fucking wings pissed me right off. And they weren't that heavy, and it was pewter. It wasn't that heavy, but fuck, it pissed me off. Yeah, pewter pissed me off. Converting and assembling larger kits in pewter, complete pain in the ass.
Sounds like a fucking nightmare to do metal conversion.
Yeah, I don't know if I still have like any of the orc vehicles. I thought I still had like the war track. It's a pewter, and it's only like yay big, versus like, you know, the current plastic version of it, which is pretty darn big, twice its size. Even the bikes are twice the size. And yeah, I mean, I remember my days with metals fondly, but I'll take styrene plastic over metal and resin any day of the week. And it's been rumor since way back in the day that GW's plan was to go entirely styrene plastic with their product line, which I think they're pretty much there, other than some relics that still exist. But you know,
it'd be nice if they made the Forge World stuff in plastic already.
I think the Forge World is more like a product placement, product testing kind of thing. You know, where they basically put the feelers out if, you know, it'll make money.
Yeah. Just I want like I love the Horus Heresy model stuff, so you know me, I want those old classic like Mark IV armor and like Mark III armor marines in plastic again.
Yeah, yeah. James and Kent, I'm about to paint my first metal model in years. I'll report back on the lack of joy. Kim, at the end of the month is the restock of McFarlane Marines. I have to order in at least week of this month, first week of August. Really? I have not seen anybody advertising restocks of the McFarlane Marine. Are we talking the plasma or the intercessors? Like the bolt gun intercessors? Let me know. I've not seen that. Not that I'm really.
I just bought mine off Amazon, so.
I haven't seen anything on Amazon. And the cock bags, have the flayed one. Its release date was pushed back. I'm not getting mine until damn near the end of August. And from the pictures, the artist proof is different from the painted one.
Oh yeah, no, it's got a different thing of like flesh on it entirely.
Yeah. I like the painted one because he's got that big droopy flesh thing going on.
Yeah, it looks.
He's got like
he's
that.
Actually got something coming off of him.
Yeah, he's got like that big foreskin hanging off his head, and I like that. The foreskin, I'm talking.
You know, I saw someone actually make a for third-party stuff. It was a 40K thing for the Guardsmen, where you just took like the Star Wars Black Series figures and you put their resin bits on that.
Ah.
And it actually looked pretty good.
Huh. Well, I seen one YouTube video of a guy. He took the Intercessor and he converted to look like a Chaos Marine.
Yeah, into a Chaos Space Marine.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I know for a fact. It was me and someone else posted that one in the chat.
I thought it was Kim, but yeah, might have been you as well.
No, I know Kim posted it as well, but yeah, no, that was a really.
Yeah, it was really good. I watched that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, his sculpting ability is top notch.
It's insane.
Yeah. Mind you, though, I mean, the surfaces are pretty darn big, so it's somewhat forgivable.
You say
right?
that, but that's also a thing. Like I tried with my sculpting, I started using epoxy putty instead of like green stuff for these guys, and I think that kind of helped me a bit, but I'm still not that well versed in sculpting.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, like if you're not that used to it, yeah, you're gonna struggle a bit. I mean, there is a learning curve, but yeah, obviously, don't get distracted. And if you're happy with your initial results, then yeah, keep going. And that's gonna spur you on to keep going and do more, right? Ghost Starman, some relics, like the entire Eldar range, unfortunately. Damn near the entire Eldar range is a relic of old GW.
So going on, what, 37 years now? The Eldar still haven't got a new model?
Well, I mean, like, most of the Phoenix Lords, other than Jane Czar, are still fine cast, the pewter, the original, because they were from the early 90s. Those sculpts were from the second edition. What else? Aldred got updated, so he's, obviously new. The Falcon Grav Tank was mid 90s. It was the end of second edition. That's when the plastic Falcon Grav Tank came out.
I mean, I know the Banshee's got an upgrade because I saw 1 million of those at the LGS.
Oh, really? Yeah, because they're plastic now. So thankfully.
So like everyone decided to just throw away their metal Banshees.
Yeah, of course. Soon as the Banshees come out, well, they are out. But I mean, like, as soon as I start getting my hands back on some Eldar stuff, yeah. I haven't bothered, just because I just haven't been pressed. Most of my purchases lately have been just obviously geared towards making videos. But hopefully, as I do more of the streaming, because I'm planning right now, I'm thinking 3 times a week, doing some nice long streams. I'm thinking that I might do. Some days I might do more than one, so I might do, say, for example, start earlier in the morning, finish in the afternoon, and then I might come back in the evening and do some streaming. So I might do multiple sessions in a day. Who knows? Especially if lots of subscribers, followers, and stuff like that. Then yeah, I might do way more. Right? It all depends. But yeah, I'm planning at least three times a week. And of course, I'll still be doing Way the Brush as well on Saturdays. But but the Way the Brush on Saturdays, we're sticking to the 120 minutes. Whole room went silent.
To say, have you guys been having a problem lately with not going overtime?
Well, no, because I say the show, and it's 120 minutes, and the show usually ends up 3 hours, over 3 hours. That's all. I'm just making a joke. Kim, normal Vulcan intercessors.
You gotta tell them it's the new and improved 320 minutes ish.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Just put the little asterisk next to it.
All right, we gotta mix up a new batch of paint. So this is why a lot of people prefer dropper bottles to paint pots, is because of consistency like this. 2 drops of fluorescent blue and 1 drop of white. Just like that. That is the true benefit of dropper bottles, is consistency in color mixtures. I'm not working from a wet palette today. I had considered busting out my wet palette, but I wasn't sure on like what exactly I was planning on doing today. As I'm, today I'm kind of winging it, but the ball's rolling now. So yeah, I think I probably will clean off my wet palette.
You don't use a default wet palette for everything?
No.
I mean, I shit y'all not. I just used my fucking wood table.
Yeah. No. Like,
I perform major painting heresy.
And like right now, I'm like, this surface here is glass, and it's just because it's easy to clean, because it's got the blue background obviously in the videos and all that, and I clean it every time I shoot projects, right? So this is just my palette. This is just a work surface. Went back in the day. Do I have one around? One of my old wet palettes is just, or wet palettes, dry palettes is just a margarine container lid. That's it. That's all I used to use for my palette, and just paint on top of that. And, nothing major. It's just a palette, right? But it seems like with the advent of everybody, trying to encourage others in their paintings and try to steer people in the right direction, I wholeheartedly agree that, yeah, you should be using a palette when you paint. It helps you control the colors. Helps you, work out your mixtures. A wet palette's really great, but a wet palette, it is not. Let's see, it seems like, well, I guess this is a symptom of our days, but it seems like a lot of people seem to have this idea that it's a wet palette or nothing. You know what I mean? It's one or the other. And
wet palette or nothing, baby. That's the truth.
That's not the truth, because
that's how it's done, Chris. That's the way it's got to be.
Right. And because, for example, like working with contrast colors, you really don't want to work on a wet palette with contrast colors, because you're going to introduce too much material into your paint, and it's going to over thin your color. When you're working in enamels and stuff like that, a wet palette is unnecessary, but because you'll fucking pollute yourself by saturating the paint overly with whatever chemicals paint you're working with. A wet palette is really fantastic when you are working in color blends and you're doing a lot of color mixing. That's where wet palette really, really shines in that regards. But a dry palette does the work just fine as well. Now, I know environmental concerns for a lot of people, because some people, it's really, really humid or really dry, and the paint doesn't last on their palette, and all these concerns, and they're all valid. But a lot of times it's situational as far as what palette you should be working with. I highly recommend that people work from a palette, but a wet palette is fine. Dry palette is fine as well. But a lot of times these days, people seem to adopt this mentality that no, you have to be working from a wet palette. No, you don't.
That's right.
Well, listen to those guys.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Those are the guys who say you have to paint the Space Marine a certain color, or you have to make that Eldar that color.
Yeah, exactly. It's just gatekeeping bullshit, and it's
Precisely.
completely unnecessary.
It's absolutely essential if you're doing a little bit of little bit of working with thin paint. Just before you put the brush on the miniature to make sure the load is correct, you run it across the back of your hand.
Oh, fuck off. Now you're trying to fucking trigger me. That's what you're doing. I see right through you, Scott. You're trying to fucking get me all worked up now.
People gotta know.
Fuck you, man.
So you tell me I shouldn't use my thumbnail as my wet palette and then wet my brush with my
Oh, fuck
like the
off.
tip of my mouth?
Nope, you can't feel it.
Yeah. No. Everybody saw one fucking guy do it, and then everybody started fucking doing it. And it's completely unnecessary.
I once saw Michael Jordan take off from the free throw line. Are you saying just because I saw a guy do it, I shouldn't follow it? 'Cause
You telling me I shouldn't? You know, I shouldn't try and copy what I see?
Yeah, exactly.
You telling me monkey should not see what monkey do?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to paint on yourself, go right ahead. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but thinking that it's the mark of a good painter, yeah, is completely unnecessary. And you're kidding yourself in thinking that it's a good gauge of how your paint is running. Completely unnecessary. If you don't know what your paint's doing on your palette, you don't know what your paint's doing. The palette is your work surface to work out what your paint is going to look like, how it's going to flow, and everything. If you don't know how to work with it there, you don't know how you're working with your colors.
Your wet palette is where you do all that. I just say palette. It's got to be a wet palette.
Scott, you're pissing me off.
Got you.
I know you're trying to boil up my blood, and you're succeeded. You're succeeding.
If we really want to boil Chris's blood, we just gotta talk about the Swedish Chef episode. Everyone's still waiting on it, Chris.
I know. And I've thought of how I could film it these days in my meager little studio space, and it just does not justify the amount of fucking mess it'll make.
The effort?
Well, no, not the effort, just the mess. Because I do not want to clean up the mess. I was going to go somewhere weird with that, but...
You just do it in the kitchen.
Well, no, because I was going to say, it's kind of like in the bedroom when you pull out the rubber sheets.
Oh man, you tell me when you go and get the galoshes on?
No, that's just where I was going. I wasn't going to go any further than that, because then all the fucking weirdos come out of the woodwork.
Oh, I know. That's when you start wearing the silver tie.
Yeah, that's when everybody starts sharing their Amazon links on where they get their rubber sheets.
Yeah, where they get their fucking... What was it? What did he post? It was like a fucking industrial
Yeah,
lube.
Yeah. I posted in Discord earlier a picture of there's a truck outside and they got one of those fluid containers. And I posted that, oh, they delivered my lube today. For anybody who's not familiar with this channel and the weirdness that goes on, yeah, feel free to join us in Discord.
Welcome to the crazy.
Yeah. Only one rule, don't be a dick.
Man, yeah. I'm looking at that fucking picture, and all I could just think is, man, Amazon Prime is really good at rush delivery. They always satisfy my needs.
Yeah. Fucking goddamn commercial for Amazon. Fucking Prime membership pays for itself. Oh man. If I believed in a hell, I'm sure I'm going.
I know for a fact I'd go in there by now.
Yeah.
screw it. I'm gonna try the purple skin. See how I feel on it.
Just try it. If you don't like it, you can always strip the model.
Yeah, I had to make a wash now though out of purple paint since I can't find my purple wash. Purple.
No, and mixing your colors is a good exercise for a lot of people because it allows you to see the interactions of the colors, and even like for example, knowing that if you can mix two colors together and get a certain particular result, that if you ever run out of a particular color in your collection, you can say to yourself, oh well, I'll just mix this and this and I got the same damn color. I run into that all the time with Incubi Darkness. Not running out of Incubi Darkness, not like I use it all the time, but Incubi Darkness is just the Sotek green mixed with black in a 1-to-1, and that gets you Incubi Darkness. That's all it is. Same with Dark Reaper in Citadel. So I highly encourage you to mix your colors and play with your colors and just play.
And the nice part is, if you find a good mix you like, you just put your lid back on the web palette, you take off for a couple hours, come back, you're good.
I'm liking how the purple looks, but I might have to add a little more pigment because I think I put too much water down. Just kind of all going into the recesses, none of it staying on top.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the tricky parts about, like, especially if you're working with a wet palette and you over thin. How do you get the paint thicker again? Scott, how do you get your paint thicker again?
You feed it.
I don't know. Thin baby.
But if you've over thinned your paint, how do you get it thicker again?
Probably just start from square one.
Just mix a whole new batch again?
No, you throw out the entire wet palette and just start all over again.
Throw the whole wet palette out?
Yeah.
No, it's real simple. Just add medium. Just add medium. Instead of adding like more of the colors and trying to mix that color again, just add medium.
Oh,
to
that's just false thickness. It feels thicker, but it still doesn't have the rest of the pigment in it.
Right, but a wet palette adds more water.
That's good. That's what we need.
Oh, fuck off, Scott.
I do need more water, but that's not for painting. That's for drinking.
Is there a new version of Kill Team out or something?
I think they update it.
Did they?
I don't know. The last time I ever saw anything on Kill Team was when they finally put Terminators in it.
I do not know. I know, for everybody out there who's watching is like, yeah, okay, it's blue. Big whoop. But you forget, it's fucking fluorescent blue. Let's hit this son bitch. Now you're going to see, some of you may recall what it looked like before. Put the torch on. You can see how bright his ass gets. Ooh, look at that. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. But with the blue, remember before how he was glowing like by a huge amount? Now it should be, it's still pretty glowy. I was expecting it a little bit not quite as bright, just because I've added so much white and highlights to it, but it's still pretty darn bright. Man, under the light though, he freaking glows like, man, it's glowing. It glows. I like it.
Far out, dude.
Yeah. Like that's white paint. His sword and blow and his blow and his base. Like those should be really, really bright, but no. So I can say with the fluorescent blue, I like it. I'll probably build those highlights up pretty bright, and then I probably will turn the fluorescent blue into a bit of a shade wash, more like a really, really thin glaze, and then I'll just kind of resaturate all the areas. Twitchy Kranos, it's 120 minutes on Warhammer and Wargaming Lifestyle, and the other 60 minutes is for all random stuff. Yeah, pretty much. Just spouting off about everything, I guess. Ghost of Starman, gonna head out now, dudes. Got a couple of base coats done on my first Slan throne, but still plenty of work to be done. Dinosaur emoji. Or whatever that, I don't know, looks like a fucking Pokemon. A Pokemon. Kim, got the McFarlane Hellblaster today. Sweet. A Randometti. Oh, Randometti, I am here. All in caps. I am here! There we go. Should do that as a soundbite whenever somebody subscribes or whatever, and it just fucking jumps up on screen. I am here! Blow out everybody's speakers. Kim, they have an announcement tomorrow about Kill Team. People are speculating it's Kill Team 2.0. Well, I would assume so, yeah. I mean,
So you're telling me they're gonna make Kill Team 2nd edition?
a 2nd edition Kill Team.
It's just all 2nd edition rules.
Yeah, I guess, right? Oh, wait.
Mm.
Okay, my elbow. My elbow?
I'd like a decent campaign system for it.
I do have to say, I like Kill Team for the idea that you can just play a 40k game and have it short, like not having to focus too much on a bunch of models.
Yeah.
That's what drives me to actually want to try and play it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'd also rather play Necromunda because it seems freaking insanely cool.
Necromunda, yeah. Well, Kill Team and Necromunda, the current rule sets, they're
Yeah.
fairly close. Which is, you know, like they're like 2nd edition 40k rules. They have that kind of throwback to them. Necromunda I like a lot. I've been a fan of Necromunda.
I just
for a long
love the
time.
models for Necromunda.
Yes, and Games Workshop has definitely been, you know, doing very, like, I have to applaud really the design teams, whoever's working on Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, and all, you know, Warcry and Underworlds, everybody who's working on this stuff, you know, they're doing really great stuff. So why is it that Warhammer 40k we're not getting this really great stuff?
Oh, they lock that guy in a room and keep him away from 40k just for that specific reason.
That's what it seems like. Like, yeah, it seems like it's just, you know, I mean, like,
He goes near it and he gets the hose.
like this is the innovation we get. You know, the sword marine duder with a big fuck off shield. Like, this is where we're innovating to.
Basically, what we've done is we've taken the 30k breacher shield and we've put it in 40k.
Right, exactly. You know what I
Just
mean?
without bolters instead.
And it's more skulls, more halos, more shit hanging from their belt. Like, that's it. It's just more space marines. In the grim darkness of the far future, there's only more space marines.
There is always only Space Marine.
I mean, like, it's cool. And, like, I like Primaris Marines over Classic Marines because of the scale. But, you know.
They were supposed to advance the story too, apparently, but I don't really see any difference besides just, you know, Gilliman's here.
Well, Dark Imperium, I mean, kind of, you know, is where, you know, the story's, you know, changing. And, you know, I was looking for a Classic Marine here, but I can't find one. I still got my Relic Blade stuff. I got to get these guys done. My Relic Blade. Man, I got I backed that Kickstarter for the last Relic Blade update, and I haven't even touched that stuff yet.
It's alright, I backed that Pillar Stodes Kickstarter, and I think I only got one model done out of 4 of them.
Pillar Stodes?
Yeah, the Custodes from the Emperor's Text-to-Speech thing.
Whoa, you just said a bunch of things there. What?
The Custodian from Emperor's Text-to-Speech, the ones that look like they're the naked ones.
I don't know what that is.
If I showed you them, you would know.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want nakedness, I mean, why not just get more Kingdom Death stuff? Right?
Oh yeah, no, I've gotten some Kingdom Death stuff before.
I still got to finish this one. I'm actually thinking about stripping this model and doing it over again. So little ammo sleeve.
One of my long ass projects that I've been doing, and it's just because I need to get a 3D printed head. But I actually took one of the Kingdom Death models and I kind of shaved it down, and painted it differently, and I'm turning it into like a giant Lich King.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you got to share more of this shit on Discord, man.
I know.
So we can see what you're up to. Or is it just because you're a little self-conscious about your ability?
A little self-conscious, but also more or less, I forget that I actually post shit.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Because you're talking about these projects, and I'm like, well, shit, yeah, I want to see what you're doing, man.
Well, it's also, though, for me, I am very ambitious with my projects, but they never really come out as good as I hope.
Well, I think that's more of a follow-through thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, you know, I see a lot of my projects as what would be, like, Golden Demon style, like, realistic looking, and then with the level of skill I'm at, painting them, and then they come out, and it's like, alright, yeah, it's good for my skill level, but I want it better.
Right. Well, that's time, man. That's just practice and time.
Like, not putting myself down, more just, I want to learn how to improve this, but I don't know how to learn to improve this.
So it's more or less a retention thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I will say, and I gotta send that too. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I should probably do that right now. I've been looking back at like my old models compared to a lot of my newer ones, and holy crap, I've definitely come a long way in what, 5 years now? When was 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 years, but. All right. Started a mix of 50-50, fluorescent blue and white. We're gonna do some more highlights. Refine these highlights.
Gotta move on the McFarlane Marines. I will say the one thing I love about this spray booth that I got is that it works as a beautiful light box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the little brighter spots there. Yeah. We all must be concentrating pretty damn hard. It's gotten quiet.
I just had some work shit come in. That's done. I was able to disappoint 3 people simultaneously thanks to the power of email.
Disappoint people simultaneously. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're gonna be anything, be efficient, right?
Yep. No favorites, no pecking order. We all got it.
So, all right. So, Chris, where exactly were we supposed to post these? Just the way in progress gallery for the before and like our first and our last?
Oh, it was in the Q&A. I had asked that. You can set it up as a reply because I'm pretty sure I pinned that question.
Oh, on Patreon?
No, on the Discord. It's in the Q&A.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's where I posted that. I was asking for everybody's.
No problem. So it said strip loin on the invoice.
I don't know about an invoice, but
Does it have before?
Scott's gonna yell at you because you're interrupting his call. It's like, fucking shut up.
That was me. That was
Okay, that's good. All right, I'll get that. It'll be solved this afternoon.
Next time we can hear he's on a call, we should have like
Just do the classic high school thing. Is don't just say. Oh, Scotty.
Oh shit. Yeah. Scott.
You gotta remember, Chris. Scotty doesn't know.
Order in for Rooker Raven for a piece of strip loin for the afternoon. Okay, so that's got to get sent, and then we got to do a pickup. It looks like a misfit. They got invoiced for a strip loin this morning, but we sent them out.
I want to do that now. Oh shit. Just completely fucked Scott over.
Sorry, what happened? I had to step away.
No, nothing. Nothing, you heard nothing. We're just quietly painting. Minding our own businesses.
There we go.
Take a little bit of water to thicken this down.
Fuck, my camera was out of focus. Ah, yes, advertisements out of the random ether.
Has your name on it?
Yes,
From today or to go here?
I think a month ago, right?
I think it'd be funnier if we get some like sounds from like a hentai movie or something. Just
Sorry, you cut out. What did you say, Chris?
I said it'd be funnier to get like the sounds from like a hentai movie or something.
I mean, I could just do that. It's not that tough. It's just gotta go very high pitch. Just don't want to scare the audience.
Customer solved that problem. We canceled. I did this for pre-cancel and order for movement.
contrast paint to not pile in all these crevices over here.
If you're fast enough with your hands, you can just quickly dry your brush off real fast, like rinse it and dry it, and then
I'm using like a sponge to kind of soak it up and push it towards where I want it to be.
Right.
Right, I'm probably just gonna paint over all of it anyway, but hell. You know, Chris, you should have had on in the background Eiffel 55's I'm Blue during this entire painting session.
I know, I'm gonna be sick of looking at this color soon enough.
Just gonna see like an ultramarine and start going insane at this point.
Just fucking lose it.
Starts getting like a PTSD Vietnam flashback.
Just hear the choppers going by.
Too much neon, too much neon!
Yeah. I'm getting there, actually.
Yeah, it looks really good.
So far, I'm just having fun. Just painting the volumes. I don't tend to spend a whole lot of time on each of these guys. Although,
How many
Go ahead.
How many of them did you actually paint up or have to paint up?
There are 6 in this box. 6 little duders, each all individuals. Really nice. I like the sculpts. They're very, very cool.
Oh, that's nice.
But you know, I'm sure everybody's heard me say this, and I'm sure they're tired of me saying this, but I really enjoy what Games Workshop's been doing with their Age of Sigmar stuff, as far as like the sculpts are concerned, and you know, just the visually interesting models they've been making. You know, just really cool.
I have to agree, though. I mean, a lot of the Age of Sigmar stuff is just very dynamically posed, and it looks like something I would want to paint up and just display.
Yeah, exactly. Like little mini
Like
statues.
that one, fucking, what are they called? What are they?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking remember the name. I only ever called them Sigmar Marines.
Oh, the new Sigmar guys?
Stormcast. Yeah. Like the fucking Stormcast that's ground pounding into the floor.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, definitely.
Like if I had more Space Marines posed like that stuff, I'd be in fucking love.
Alright, back to work for me. Have a good one, guys.
Later, duder.
Later, Scott.
He's probably catching shit from the higher ups. Scott, you're supposed to be working. Are you fucking watching some stream or?
Yeah. Scott, we see you on Way of the Brush.
Yeah.
One of the few advantages I have. Like, I'm kind of in charge of that. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Later, duder. We should have had some hentai playing in the background.
So the last thing his boss hears, Oni-chan?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That would have been funny. Scott, what the fuck is going on?
I just heard that on the fucking playback from my Twitch.
Too good of an impression?
It's too damn real. You know, you always used to tell me that it just sounded horribly accurate, and I never do, and now I know it's horrifying.
Yeah. Shit, you might be missing your calling as a voice actor.
Yeah, sure. Totally going into fucking hentai voice.
Go doing the dubs.
Yeah, man.
Oh shit.
Next time you hear my voice, Chris, it's just gonna be going.
Fuck. I gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I cut out during that.
The funny part is you're actually thinking about it now. That's the funny part.
Oh no, I'm listening to myself on the playback is what I'm talking about.
Oh. Yeah, she's Friday all day.
That's nice. I get a 3-day weekend every week. But it makes me lose track of what day it is.
Right. I work from home, so I have no frame of reference. I don't do anything, go anywhere.
Time is irrelevant.
Yeah. Feels like that anyway.
It feels like that every part of the day for me.
There we go. Made a boo boo. Boo boo. Yeah, we're
So
having fun.
you think maybe...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, you think maybe Scott's work is just going back to the boys?
I don't know. I know we got on a subject one time. He used to be a butcher, but he seems like he's doing quite a bit of work outside of being a butcher. So I don't know exactly what he does. It's not really my business or place, right, to ask. So I don't.
I mean, right now, I'm just chilling as a security guard. Got a nice job, 401k, and pension, so
What kind of security
fine
work
where
do
I
you
am
do?
for a while.
What kind of security? Like, where are you working?
We're working at vaccination sites right now
Oh, okay,
for
cool.
hospitals.
Do you get to carry a gun?
Nah, you have to be 25 or up out here in New York to do that at least.
Okay.
But I could. I just gotta get my permit still.
Because in Canada,
Do that as well.
the only well, at least in Ontario, you have to be part of armored car. You know.
Yeah, funny enough, the company I work for actually started out in Canada, and they have, like, with this company I could go anywhere. So
What's the
I
name of
could
the company?
actually even just get a job in Canada.
What's the name of the company?
Garda Security,
Oh, no, not
like
familiar.
Garda World or something like that.
Not familiar with them.
Yeah.
Because I used to do security. I used to do security way back in the day.
But
Yeah, no. I used to do security way back in the day.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm not too sure if they were a newer company or not. I know they merged with Titan Security.
No, not familiar with that one either. Yeah, I used to do all sorts of odds and ends, like like it was a lot of house fires and just shit, doing grocery stores.
I can see that.
We used to get a lot of calls for like the hospitals and And then after a while, I took over as supervisor of a team there at a hospital, and yeah, did that for a while. I'm trying to think how long the fuck I did that. 3 years, 4 years. The hospital was different, especially when they bring in some junkie in the ER, and yeah. It was interesting anyway.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, luckily my job isn't that worrying. At least where I'm positioned right now, it's just make sure the right people come on site, let them know where they're going, and then just make sure no suspicious activities going on in the parking lot.
Right.
It's nice. It's calm. I get to, you just don't get to have to worry too much about anything.
Yeah. How long have I been streaming? Oh, 2.5 hours. There we go. 2.5 hours already? Holy cremollies.
Oh, wow.
So, this is why I'm not a commission painter, because this is 2.5 hours work on a little wee skink.
I mean, that's still 2.5 hours of pretty damn good paint job.
Well, we're not done yet, so don't go tooting horns yet.
You ain't out of the woods yet, boy.
Yeah, could look like complete shit by the time we're done.
Splash the fucking fluorescent yellow all over it.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't even because I do plan on using some fluorescent orange. That's the plan.
You turn them from the Blue Man Group into a traffic cone.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna go that ham on it. I'm thinking though that membrane on his fin, I'm thinking that's gonna be fluorescent orange, and I'm thinking of either spots or stripes in the fluorescent orange.
So just giving them little highlights here and there.
Yeah, spots though might get confusing with the scales, so I'm thinking stripes. Just basically 1, 2, and then maybe one down at the base of his tail, and then maybe a couple small little indications on near the base of his tail. That's what I'm thinking.
I think it'll look good.
Yeah, kind of because initially I was gonna go really bright with the Chameleon, and kind of do really bright, colorful chameleon. Then I started getting along the lines of thinking of more like the poison frog, because he has a little frog on his belt, which is hilarious, and I think I'm gonna paint that like a poison frog, just so that obviously it indicates that obviously he's shooting poisonous darts at your ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so the little skinkage, I was thinking, yeah, you know what? Let's continue that idea of poison frogs, because these little guys are dangerous little lizard dudes, and so yeah, we're gonna go with kind of poison frog ideas. I don't know if I'm gonna do all like that. I think the little skinkers are gonna get all this kind of blue, just so that there's some sort of consistency there, because the Chameleon is going to throw that off a bit, right? Just because he's so damn bright.
Mm-hmm.
But and then of course the Saurus Warrior. Yeah, I think he's gonna be more muted tones. He'll have that same kind of blue, but I think I'm gonna go with just normal.
So maybe he's just the brighter one, just to I don't know, designate him.
Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make him kind of like how when younger, for example, imagining the skinks are younger, even though they're different species of lizard, but it's kind of they're brighter because they're smaller, younger, and the Saurus is he's darker because.
So it's the older they are, the darker they get.
Yeah. But I realize that they're not the same. At least I don't think they're supposed to be the same. It's not like skinks are the younger versions of sauruses. But yeah, I don't know. But I think he's gonna go a darker blue. Maybe a fluorescence in there. I don't know.
Just for one small model, that thing has like such good fucking detail on it too, and that's what drives me insane.
Yeah, it is. It's lots of texture. Again, I mean, it's the teams that are doing these Age of Sigmar models. They're just so damn pretty.
Just let them take a peek at 40K, please. Just a quick little peek behind that door.
Yeah, I like, you know, like we kind of got a taste of that with well, with the new Necron stuff. I mean, the Satan. I mean, he's fucking cool as shit.
I mean, hell, dude, some of the Sororitas stuff, like their that walking cathedral, or
yeah, those are kind of cool.
I like I don't know, it looks very gothic style, which
yeah,
I think is cool.
It's a very gothic style to the new sister stuff. Yeah, not like goth the band, but like or goth music. All right. Well, I think we're gonna take a break there. I may come back on later.
No problem, Chris. It was good getting to talk to you, and hope the other stream goes well. I'm not sure if I'll be on or not.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I'll stream later. I may not. It all depends. Again, this is treading old but new territory again. Doing this streaming, more of this streaming stuff. But yeah. So hopefully, people have been enjoying that. Of course, I'm pretty sure I'll probably be posting these to YouTube, although I probably won't post them until, like, I don't know, a couple days from now, I suppose. Who knows? But it'll be later. It won't be today or anything. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys like this kind of video, just working on stuff. Feel free to do all the socials, hit the buttons, things like that. I'll see you guys later. I want to thank James and Scott for joining me today. If you want to be part of the conversation, patrons get access in the Discord to this channel, so that's something to consider. Right? Any last words?
I was gonna steal the tagline, but nah.
Go ahead.
Well, take care of your brushes, and they'll take care of you.
There we go. All right, we're done. I don't have theme music or anything like that, so. Dun 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 dun.